One Real Talkers, Master V here. According to the Department of Health, HIV cases in the Philippines rise by 500% among ages 15 to 25. It's so alarming that the new cases from January to March of 2025 is 5,101. 4,849 are males and 252 are females. At naitala nga, One Real Talkers, na ang pinakamarami sa 5,101 ay ang mga nasa edad 25 to 34 years old. Ang HIV ba ay isang sumpa? Ang HIV na naglilikha ng stigma sa bawat mamamayang Pilipino, alamin natin sa kwento ng episode na to kung paano ba mamuhay ang isang HIV positive. Hello, One Real Talkers, and welcome to another episode of One Real Talk with Master V. Buwan po ng Hunyo at binabati ko ang lahat ng miyembro ng LGBTQIA+ ng Happy Pride Month. Kaya naman handog sa inyo ng One Real Talk with Master V, ang isang kwento na talaga naman pong magbibigay ng inspirasyon, motibasyon, at magbibigay ng aral sa bawat mamamayang Pilipino, hindi lang sa LGBTQIA+ community, kundi sa lahat po, na maging aware at magsilbing aral sa bawat isa. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce a TikTok content creator, a PL-HIV advocate, a DOH UU ambassador, and a #CBS motivator. I'm very proud to have him now, Mr. Lawrence Olieres. Hi, sir.
Hello.
Kamusta po?
Doing good. Ang daming activities due to the rise of the cases and doing volunteer work dahil nga it's Pride Month. So, busy June for me. Yun lang.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I'd like to deeply say salamat. Kasi I know it takes a lot of courage to, be here and to tell your story. Kasi sa Pilipinas, grabe ang stigma, grabe ang hindi naman sort of discrimination pagdating dito sa usaping to at hindi pa ganun ka-open-minded ang mga Pilipino. Pero I think it's high time now na malaman ng bawat Pilipino kung ano ba ang concern na ito at kung paano ba maiiwasan dahil sa pamamagitan ng impormasyon, makakatulong po yan sa ating lahat. Kaya naman, Sir Lawrence, salamat po in behalf of the LGBTQIA+ community. So, bilang bahagi rin po ng spectrum, Sir Lawrence, ako po ay nababahala sa pagtaas ng bilang. Sabi nga kanina sa intro, nasa 5,000 plus ang mga bagong cases ng HIV sa Pilipinas, 3 buwan lamang po, Sir Lawrence, from January to March. So, sir, can you tell us something about this? Ano ba itong HIV at bakit hindi pa rin nagiging aware ang mga tao gayong ang dami ng programa ng gobyerno?
HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. Yet ang virus na to, talagang inaatake niya is yung immune system ng katawan. So, yung natural na depensa ng katawan, most likely, there are times kasi na hindi siya nabibigyan ng pansin. It's because, yun nga, the symptoms of HIV is not really showing as early as possible. HIV testing lang talaga makapag-decide if you're reactive or non-reactive. Totoo din that the government is really doing a lot of stuff, spreading the information, sharing the news. It's just that yung kamalayan natin as a person, most of the time, we disregard things that is really about our health. And dun sa mga young key population natin, yung mas nagkaroon ng high increase is because when you're young, you're really mapusok. I mean, talagang you will push through things na pinagbabawal sa bahay. So, yung somehow kasi, like, yung discussion of it, yes, the government is really telling that kind of discussion, pero the important discussion is dapat nasa loob ng household. Kasi doon talaga na bibigyan ng guidance yung mga young folks natin to have themselves to be protected or to take care of their health. So, yun yung kulang. as of the moment.
Okay, Sir Lawrence, thank you for that. So, One Real Talkers, a good takeaway from what Sir Lawrence said is kailangan na magsimula sa loob ng pamamahay sapagkat hindi sapat na na-inform lang tayo sa social media at sa mga campaigns kasi minsan mo lang marinig yun di ba? Parang sa isang buwan, ilang beses lang natin naririnig yun. So, ganun katigas ang ulo rin siguro natin, mga Pilipino, na kailangan pa magkaroon ng close na communication, close na meeting sa loob ng bahay para pag-usapan itong isang sensitibong usapin na ito. Kaya naman, panawagan po ng One Real Talk with Master V sa bawat sambayan ng Pilipino, ang mga magulang po, maging open na po tayo sa usaping ito. At malaki po ang magiging bahagi or ambag ng mga magulang para po turuan ng ating mga anak. Tama ba yun, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Sige po. Sir Lawrence, nasabi niyo po kanina na marami ang nadidiscriminate o marami ang nahuhusgahan dahil lang sa nakikita sa panlabas ng katawan na sinasabi niyo po na hindi talaga naman nade-determine o nade-detect yung HIV na yan, kung meron ka man o wala, sa pamamagitan na nakikita visibly sa katawan. Tama? Kasi, for example po ako, sir, ang dami ko po mga kung ano-ano sa katawan. Pero, pag nagpa-test naman po, wala. So, can you expound on that para at least mabawasan yung mga misconception po, Sir Lawrence?
Okay, so hindi na mabase sa pagiging payat ng isang tao. Kasi may mga times na there are people living with HIV na sobrang taba, sobrang muscular or anything. Kasi nga, ang real span of the virus inside the body, pag mahina talaga ang immune system mo, pwedeng umatake na agad sa HIV inside. Pero if your immune system is just like your gym, you're physically fit, your lifestyle, yung wala naman talagang pag-inom ng alak or pag nigarilyo, it could take 4 years to 5 years to 10 years bago siya mag-manifest sa katawan. So, wala talaga ring ang common symptoms that most of the time that people is having is yung pabalik-balik na lagnat. Minsan pag binayogesic natin binayogesic, paracetamol natin sila is parang okay na ulit sila, normal na ulit. Pero it's kinda yun yung pinaka main thing na possible. Tapos yung diarrhea, which is all common symptoms of any kind of any kind of sickness. So, ang real determination lang to know your HIV status is through HIV testing lang talaga.
Okay, so yan po, One Real Talkers iwaksi na natin yung mga maling paniniwala pagdating po sa HIV na yan sapagkat ang katangi-tangi lang pong paraan para malaman natin ang katotohanan kung meron ka or wala ay sa pamamagitan ng HIV tests.
Yes.
Okay, tell us more about HIV tests. Kasi yung iba, tabu sa kanila Parang yung iba naman, takot, di ba? So, let's inform the public. Paano ba to? At saka, ang pagkakaalam ko, libre naman ito
Yes, HIV testing here in the Philippines is totally free. So, there are a lot of social hygiene clinics or commercialized hubs or clinics din tulad ng Love Yourself, Hash, there's also a Sale or My Hub Cares. At tas yung mga social hygiene clinics, really readily available yan through all the government entities. Like every government has their own social hygiene clinic or city health office. So it's really confidential. Pupunta kayo sa isang hub, then pagpasok nyo, they'll just gonna get the information. Syempre, all the information there will be confidential.
Data Privacy Act.
And kailangan din natin malaman para, ma-assess natin. And then they will gonna go to a room. There will be counseling naman. So counseling is just to prepare them if ever what happened will be the result. And the post-counseling is for their progress. If nag-reactive, then they will gonna be taking antiretroviral medications. And if they're non-reactive, they can get PrEP or pre-exposure prophylaxis. And those treatments are all free. So wala tayong dapat ikabahala in terms of the treatment.
Thank you, Sir Lawrence. Very advocate, the way you explain. So, yun po, bilang isang advocate din po si Sir Lawrence, ayun nga naman po pala, mga One Real Talkers, libre naman po pala ang pagtitest. So, alam ko naman ang pinaglalaban natin dyan yung nahihiya tayo. And of course, panahon na para maging bukas tayo One Real Talker sa ganitong usapin sapagkat mas maaga mong ma-detect, mas maaga mong malaman na meron ka, mas mabilis malunasan at mas mahaba pa magiging buhay mo. Okay. So, mas nakakahiya kasi yung tago ka ng tago na meron ka at pahina ng pahina yung katawan mo kaysa dun sa na-detect ka, tinanggap mo na meron ka at ginagamot mo na yung sarili mo. Okay, kaya naman One Real Talkers, panahon na para maging bukas tayo sa usaping ito at huwag na tayong mahiya sapagkat pare-pareho lang tayong tao, pare-pareho nagkakamali, maaari sa mga desisyon sa buhay. Ngunit hindi pa uli ang lahat, One Real Talkers, sapagkat libre ang pagpapatest at sabi nga ni Sir Lawrence, may mga gamot na nakahanda at habang ito ay libre pa, i-take advantage na natin yan. But going back to being libre, sir, totoo ba ang balita, correct me if I'm wrong, na nung mula daw po na nakaupo si Donald Trump, may issue na tinigil yung supply ng mga gamot or assistance. Can you tell us about that?
Oo, tinigil yung support ng assistance. Pero it's mostly global. So, it's the entirety of the world. Ang good thing lang in the Philippines is that the government that we have, they're still complying and making sure that every person who are living with HIV in the Philippines is getting that kind of treatment. Somehow kasi yung PhilHealth ng mga person living with HIV, yun pa rin yung nagsusupply ng mga medications namin. So, and we have Malasakit program, which is really one thing that helps the other people living with HIV without any work or yung mga young generations na wala pa talaga trabaho. So,
nice.
Yun yung the government that we have is really doing the works.
Okay. So, sir, another question now is, sabi natin, laging dinudugtong bilang Pride Month ngayon, no? Ang HIV or AIDS at yung mga sexually transmitted diseases, tanggapin na natin kasi yun naman talaga ang pinaparamdam ng publiko sa atin. Nakadugtong daw yan sa LGBTQ IA plus community.
So, yung mga sexually transmitted infections and HIV, kasi what they knew about it is that ang unang cases talaga that it happened at yung lumalabas din naman talaga sa media and every story is yun yung gay, yung representation, which is really attacking the LGBTQIA+ community. But we have to know that the HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. In short, human. If they're not human, then they cannot acquire the virus. But if they're human, then it's genderless. So anyone could acquire. HIV doesn't discriminate. So everyone could acquire it. And most of the time then, dahil din, iniisip din natin, that's true that male to male sexual transmission is the one that is rampant. It's because most of the time, we as an individual, ang alam din natin, the most common kasi na protection is the condoms. And ang iniisip kasi ng mga younger generation that condoms just prevent them to not hindi mabuntis yung someone. So in short, if lalaki sa lalaki naman, wala naman talaga mabubuntis, then they will not gonna wear condom. Yun yung idea of the condom.
I get it.
So, we have to be informed that condom is not just for para hindi ka makabuntis, but also condom is to help you to protect yourself in any other STI or HIV itself.
I agree. Ang ganda ng point ni Sir Lawrence. So, One Real Talkers, tigilan na natin ang pagkakabit ng sakit na HIV sa ating LGBTQIA+ community. Sapagkat nakita nyo naman sa cases na inilathala po ng DOH ay meron din pong sangkot ng mga kakababaihan. So, ito na lang po ang note ng Masterpiece sa lahat. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat dahil pare-pareho tayong tao, pare-pareho tayong pwedeng magkaroon ng virus na to. Next question, sir. Handa ka na ba? So, One Real Talk. So, ayan po. Thank you, sir, sa information binigay nyo. Kasi, ang iba talaga, lalo na sa mga closeted na miyembro po ng spectrum ay hindi talaga nila kayang i-overcome yung pagtanggap sa sarili. But again, hindi ko sinasabi na pinipilit natin sila. Pero ito na lang ang panawagan ng Master V sa mga patuloy na nagtatago sa mga cabinet, mag-ingat na lang kayo. Mag-ingat na lang po kayo at sana itong episode na to ay makatulong sa inyo para hindi kayo magkaroon nitong talagang napakalaking issue ng HIV at makadagdag sa bilang na to. So sir, next question is, paano ba talaga nakakahawa ito? Or in other ways stated, how do we actually acquire the virus?
So, HIV has three main transmission. One is through sexual intercourse.
Okay.
There should be penetration. So,
Okay.
meaning kailangan ipinasok
Okay.
nang walang protection.
Okay.
Pangalawa is through using of syringe o syringhilia. Yung blood transfusion. Kasi using syringe or needles, it already caught some blood. And also the organ donation. There are some, di ba, may mga clinics na, alam mo yun, mag-donate ng organ, hindi kailangan itinetest yung mga blood and yung organ bago i-transfer or ibigay. And last is to mother-to-child transmission. Yung mother-to-child transmission is if yung mother has HIV, and hindi siya nagte-treatment talaga, so that's the time that possible niya transfer yung virus dun sa bata, sa pagpapanganak.
Doon pa lang sa pagpapanganak. So, ibig sabihin, wala pang ginagawa ang bata, wala pa siyang kasalanan, nagkaroon na siya ng virus. Okay. So, sir, looking at the modes of transmission na diniscuss ninyo, if I were to assess, mas malaki talaga yung cases coming from yung number one, yung intercourse.
Yes, intercourse.
So, does it have to be like yung fluid? And sabi nila, just to explain this, kailangan daw po may bilang na segundo, something like that, na bago matransmit? Or kapag, yung sa fellatio, sir, sa oral, wala ba yun?
Sa oral, we always say 0 to low risk.
Okay.
Possible kasi na wala kasi there are components of saliva during the time na lagay si semen or vaginal fluid dun sa ano. And yun, 0 to low risk talaga eh. Kasi if ever that there are cuts, lalo na pag nagtutoothbrush bago sumubo, or
yung mga gums.
kasi even semen or yung tinatawag natin na tawag doon,
Pre-cum?
Even pre-cum is also considered na possible na meron.
Nakakatakot. Pati pre-cum pala,
Yes.
meron na siyang content. So let's make this more intensified, sir. Yung usapin na to. Kailangan ba may fluid? Kasi some are saying, penetrate. So, syempre, there's friction, etc. Pero pinutok daw sa labas. So, how do you assess that? Wala naman daw pinutok sa loob. Sa labas naman daw po.
But there's pre-cum. So, pre-cum is one of the modes that they can get. Pre-cum is still a cum. So,
Okay. Nice. Nakakatawa, Wonder Talkers, na na-enlighten po ang Master V sa mga ganyang bagay sapagkat syempre kailangan ko din pong mag-ingat at para ito po sa lahat sa atin para meron tayong kaalaman pagdating po sa HIV. Another thing, sir, is sabi natin, yun yung mga modes of transmission. At paano naman kaya natin maiiwasang makuha yan? Sapagkat tao lang tayo, Sir Lawrence. Even ako, aamin talaga ako, kailangan ko ng sex. And definitely, human nature natin to do intercourse. So, sige, pabigyan, tao lang tayo, kailangan natin makipag-sex, contact, kasi ang hirap naman lagi ng abstinence or yung usual natin ginagawa, di ba? So, tao lang tayo, okay, kailangan natin ng intercourse. Now, paano natin iiwasan ang virus na yan?
So, sex is really a part of our humanity. So, not required, but talagang hinahanap
Nature,
siya ng katawan natin. So, the most convenient thing is to protect yourself by using condoms or taking PrEP. So, if you're non-reactive through the HIV testing, then you can take PrEP to protect you from acquiring HIV itself. So, PrEP is a pre-exposure prophylaxis.
I was about to ask you.
So, this is a tool for it to protect yung CD4 cells natin. Na, yun yung inaatake kasi talaga nung HIV. To be protected na hindi makapasok si virus doon. So, this is free also given by the government. And next is condoms. Huwag tayong mahihiyang bumili ng condoms. So, condoms is really accessible in any convenience store. Yun lang. Next is, syempre, don't use drugs talaga during any sexual intercourse.
That's a good note.
Kasi syempre, when we are high or when we don't know the things that we're doing, then we could tend to not use any condoms or ano. So somehow we have to be in the right state of mind during any sexual intercourse. And also, syempre, if there is, you could also use same syringes during the thing. So one of the main key point is make sure that you don't use the same syringe as other people do. And ayun, yun yung most common way of you to protect yourself and be mutually faithful. If you have a partner,
hinihintay ko yun
and if you have a partner, kailangan syempre you have to stick to ano. But also, if you have a conversation with your partner talaga that you are, let's take it real. In this kind of world, we have open relationships or we have threesomes and stuff, but we have to be protected with the right mindset na use condoms or take PrEP.
Nice. Ang galing ni Sir Lawrence doon. So we still have to be responsible, di ba? Even if it's not an excuse na adventurous ka or ang dami mong gustong itry, ganyan-ganyan kasi bata ka pa. Okay, fine. Tanggap natin yun. Pero you have to be responsible. Be responsible, number one, na yung sarili mo, hindi ka maka-acquire. And number two, if you have it already, be responsible not to transmit it. Kasi you don't have to be selfish eh. Pareho tayong gustong pleasure. Pero, pwede bang pleasure lang? Pwedeng wala na yung virus. Okay. So, thank you so much, sir. So, yung mga sinabi ni Sir Lawrence kung paano maiwasan yan. So, number one. Actually, number one could be abstinence. Kung kaya mo, kung halaman ka. Diba? Kasi yung iba, yung mga madre, mga nandyan. Oo, kayo na po. Kaya nyo na yun. Diba? Coming from Master V, ayoko kasing hypocrisy eh. Ako, hindi ko kaya na wala. Kasi active talaga eh. Pero kung kaya mo, congrats. Sa'yo na yun. So, that's abstinence. Number two is, you have to be faithful talaga. Yeah. And ang contention naman nila, pag you have to be faithful, lumuluwag daw or nananawa daw, then talk to your partner and do something about it. Hindi yung hanapin mo sa iba. Diba? Pwede naman eh. Kung gusto mo mag-circus-circus, di gawin nyo. Kaysa hanapin mo sa iba, yan. Diba? Delikado pa. Number 3, use condoms, right? And number 4, yung sabi ni Sir, yung PrEP. I think one of the, breakthroughs in this concern kasi talagang malaki nga yung naitutulong yan, no. So, yan bang PrEP, sir, just to inform them, ay libre ba yan?
Yes, PrEP is totally free. You can just go to first, kailangan mo talaga magpa-test muna. Kasi doon lang natin ma-determine if you are okay to take PrEP. Kasi if you're reactive and you're taking PrEP, then it will not gonna help you. Kasi the components of PrEP is really just to protect the cell, but the component to stop HIV to spread, it's not there. So, yun.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, ito po, eligibility for PrEP, according to Sir Lawrence, is kailangan magpa-test muna and kailangan non-reactive ang result, and that's the time na pwede ka nang mag-PrEP. So, ito pong PrEP ba na to is, I think, no, kailangan i-take ito prior to the main,
yun, kailangan din natin tama ang pag-inom ng PrEP.
Okay.
So, there is daily PrEP. So, meaning, actually, dinidiscuss to bago ibigay yung PrEP. Pero, there is what we call daily PrEP. So,
daily
meaning,
PrEP.
araw-araw ka talagang uminom ng PrEP. Parang ginagawa mo na siyang maintenance.
Even if wala kang
gagawin. So, kasi, ang pangalawa naman is the event type. Event type is more likely kailangan scheduled si sex.
Okay.
So, kailangan mo mag-take ng 2 pills before the day before having
Day
sex.
before. Grabe yung
Then,
scheduling.
Isang pill after having sex and a pill again the next day.
Grabe.
So, ganun si event. So, pwede naman scheduled, much better para ma-assess. Pero, what we suggest is since it's readily available, pero kung wala ka naman talagang doings, kahit wala kang doings, pero you requested PrEP, they will provide you PrEP.
Basta non-reactive yung result.
Basta non-reactive.
Okay, sige. Sir, thank you so much. Ang dami namin natututunan. Kaya One Real Talkers, napakapalad natin to have Sir Lawrence ngayon sa episode na to. Kaya naman, again, paalala po ng Master V, ay kailangan nating harapin ang issue na to. Hindi pa pwedeng habang buhay tayo nagtatago, habang buhay natin iniiwasan dahil ang problema kailangan harapin para masolusyonan. Another concern, sir, is the confusion of people about HIV and AIDS. So, when we talk about that, simply put, kung ano ba ang pagkakaiba ng dalawang yan? Kasi kahit ako, sir, hindi ko rin alam. So, Sir Lawrence.
Ang HIV is, ang una niyang ginagawa is, pinapahina niya yung natural na depensa ng katawan. Once na continuous niyang pinapahina yung natural na depensa ng katawan ng isang tao, is pumapasok na si opportunistic infection. Yung mga opportunistic infection natin is katulad ng tuberculosis, pneumonia, meningitis. So, pag bumababa ang CD4 cells ng isang tao, alam ko medyo science na yun. Pero yun yung natural na depensa. Once na bumaba na talaga yung natural na depensa ng isang tao at bumaba siya sa less than 200, that's what we call, na pwede na namin siyang tawagin na AIDS. Ayun. So, yung AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome na napapaloob dito kung marami ka ng other opportunistic infection sa katawan. Kasi multiple na siya, acquired immunodeficiency.
And if nasa AIDS level ka na, hindi na siya pwedeng bumaba?
Pwede pa rin siyang bumalik sa pagiging HIV. So, hindi porket nasa AIDS stage ka na, it's your last breath. Kumbaga, once una muna kasing ginagamot dun is yung other opportunistic infection, pero it will be taken na meron ka na ring antiretroviral medications during that time para maprotektahan yung katawan.
Okay. So, thank you, Sir Lawrence. So, ayan na, another na naman na misconception ng mga tao, sir. Kasi pag sinabi nilang AIDS, katapusan mo na. Diba? So, One Real Talkers, ayan na kami from Sir Lawrence, hindi pa katapusan ng buhay mo, may pag-asa pa. At I'll always say this, Sir Lawrence, kapag ganyan yung mga cases, na hanggat may buhay, may pag-asa. So again, maraming salamat, sir, on that. And let's go to the next questions. And it's going to be about you naman. So, Sir Lawrence, can you tell us the journey of you being PLHIV? Paano nyo po ito napagdaanan at nalagpasan? At tingnan nyo naman po, you look very healthy. Kaya sabi ko talaga, ako personally, sir, I'm very proud of you. And at the same time, kailangan ng mga tao na makita, marinig yung storya mo. Kasi marami dyan, nananahimik lang Marami dyan, ang mga laban nila, hirap na rin sila Pero makikita ka nila at magiging inspirasyon na hindi dapat matigil ang buhay mo nang dahilan sa lintik na to di ba? So this is just a virus. For me, this is just a virus and this doesn't have the right para baguhin at tumigil ka sa laban ng buhay. Meron nga dyan iba, mas matindi pa di ba? Yung mga pinagdadaanan. Pero tuloy ang laban. Kaya sir, inspire us and tell us the journey.
So, I'm already living with HIV for 11 years. Nung umpisa to, when I was 18 years old. So, nung 18 years old ako, I fell in love like a normal teen. 27. Kaso, the age gap of me and my partner during that time is too long.
Decades?
Hindi naman decades. So, siguro mga 8 or 9 years ang gap namin dalawa. So, during the time na nakilala ko siya, syempre, hindi siya out din sa public, sa family niya. Then, there are moments din na nung nakilala ko siya, is they're just cool off pala nung partner niya. So, siguro maraming dumaan bago ako pumasok. And nung pumasok na ako sa life niya, yun nga, sinabi niya nga sa akin that they're just cool off. And then afterwards, dun na nagsabi din siya na hiwalayan niya na nga daw yung partner niya at the time. Then I came in. The journey there is that dun ako tumira kasi sa kanila. So, as I browse, then during that time, after few months, I have several friends who died because of AIDS. So, they died, pero hindi ko pa alam yung term ng AIDS ngayon. Sinabi ko lang na AIDS ngayon. Pero they died because of tuberculosis and pneumonia. And that is a start where I tried to look out what is AIDS all about. And yun nga, nanggaling siya sa HIV, as I said a while ago. And doon ako nag-research and started to get tested. Nangingi ba ako ng guidance kay Lord kasi nga, kailangan ko talagang guidance kasi I'm young, not knowledgeable about HIV. And nung nagpa-test ako, parang I was in shock, like everything they provided me with the result of reactive. And for me, wala kasi akong nararamdaman na other illnesses, like I'm totally okay. Pero naramdaman ko, nagkaroon ako ng pabalik-balik ng lagnat for the whole week, month before. Then it all come back to normal. So, naging in denial ako during that time. After a year, pa ako nag-start ng medication. So, dun, actually, yung HIV journey ko is nag-start nung nalaman ko about HIV. Dun talaga nagsisimula sa HIV journey. Na once na malaman mo yung anything or any educational guidance of HIV. And started there nung after a year, I was diagnosed, doon ako nag-start ng medication. Nagsimula na and everything. Nag-start na ng antiretroviral treatment and dire-diretso lang.
Sir Lawrence, I know it's difficult at first.
Yep.
And as just like what others are saying, the most difficult part of it is accepting that you have it. Paano mo tuluyang natanggap at hindi mo man ikwento yung hirap tanggapin yan, alam ko pinagdaanan mo yung sobrang hirap. Paano at ano yung inalagay mo sa isip at puso mo na andyan na yan I have to face it and move on?
So, during the time na diniscuss ko kay mami nga, kasi nga nagkaroon ako ng shingles during that time, that's already an indication na sobrang lala na nung, syempre sobrang kumalat na si virus inside my body. So, nung nagka-shingles ako, sinabi ko kay mami about my HIV status through a friend. So, yung friend ko yung nagsabi kay mami. And during that time, ang one thing na that keeps me inspired during that time is when my dad said na wala nang ibang tatanggap sa anak natin kundi tayo lang nakadugo niya. So my father's acceptance agad, dun yung nag-boost yung aking kasi my dad is working OFW So as a panganay dun sa family, I really want to give back to my father kasi nga syempre he's been working hard sa ibang bansa. And pero hindi doon nagsimula yung acceptance kasi dumating din kasi ako sa point na yung misconception dumating sa household. My mother didn't separated the utensils for me from them. So doon dumating yung point na syempre I feel alam mo yun, nasa isa kayong household pero malayo kayo sa isa't isa. By separating those utensils. I understand naman that they're just protecting themselves from acquiring HIV kasi they're not knowledgeable about it Pero dumating kasi na I tried to assist din sa RITM, my first hub, na minsan I guide people in terms of their HIV journey. Then, mo yun, unti-unti natututo ako at unti-unti binibigay ko yung natututunan ko sa magulang ko. Then it started to get back to normal, everything is normal. Pero dumadating rin talaga sa buhay natin yung self-stigma na I let myself not to fall in love with anyone else, like akin na lang to and everything. Nice. To progress in my journey, like working, full work mode. na if you have that kind of self-stigma, hindi ka pa rin malaya dun sa self mo. Kasi dumating din kasi sa point na parang alam mo yun na it's hard kasi I met someone, I totally like the person, pero nung sinabi mo yung HIV status mo, sabi niya, can we just still friends? So parang ang hirap to be rejected multiple times. Pero dumating kasi ako sa point na I brace myself kasi I have this person living with HIV figure before na with his representation in the community, I got inspired. So doon ako dumating sa point na I do testimonials every HIV 101. I share my story about my journey, and then it suddenly nag-pandemic. Noong nag-pandemic, I tried to be using or utilizing the social media. Kasi to be honest, I really want to go inside the Big Brother house. Nice. It's because I really want to give a representation of a person living with HIV inside the house para makita nila na normal lang naman ang buhay ng isang person living with HIV. They just have this kind of maintenance or the antiretroviral treatment. Yung maintenance na yun is just like the maintenance of any high blood, diabetic, or anything. Other diseases. So somehow, it's definitely normal. And dumating na sa point na sinabi rin naman ng doctor ko way back is I'm already undetectable, meaning I cannot transmit the virus. That is U equals U. So pag undetectable na ang person living with HIV, they cannot transmit already the virus to anyone through any sexual intercourse. So malaya na kaming makipag-eme sa ibang tao, like makipag-sex sa ibang tao without protection. It's okay kung yung partner mo yung makakasex mo. And ayun, nagkaroon na rin ako ng lakas na loob kasi I had this kind of self-love or self-acceptance na I don't need those judgment of other people for me to survive, to live. So I have to really focus on myself because my own health is my own responsibility, and napakahalaga ng mental health in any situation or any kind of diseases that you're carrying or any type of virus, because yung mental health mo is yung makakapagpagaling din sa'yo in terms of any type of illnesses.
Nice. Pang Miss Universe. So, One Real Talkers, wala akong nasabi. Pinakinggan ko lang talaga lahat ng sinabi ni Sir Lawrence. So, grabe. If talagang journey mo at ikaw mismo yung nakaranas nun, kita nyo kung gaano karubdob, gaano tumatawid yung emosyon. Kaya thank you, sir. And I wish you all the best in your life. Good health pa din. At the same time, I hope you will be able to find, or maybe you have found, the love of your life. Going back and talking about the love of your life, that person before who actually transmitted that virus to you, paano mo hinarap, paano mo hinandle yung taong yun?
Actually, during the time, since it's way back 2013, HIV education is not there. So I could not blame the person who infected me. It's because nung nagpa-test ako, at nung sinabi ko rin naman sa kanya yung HIV status ko, ang sinabi niya lang sa akin is that, let's just make our life more happy. And malaki din naman kasi yun na itulong sa akin ng taon na yun. So, I cannot blame that person. And we cannot blame anyone because tandaan natin that it's our own health and our own responsibility. You cannot just blame the person na hindi siya naggamit ng condom kung hindi mo naman sinabihan na mag-condom siya. Mm-hmm. So, that's the thing. You just have to focus on your own health. So, kung ikaw ay makipagtalik sa ibang tao, you have to know that he should be using condoms or she should be yung kung babae, she should be may condoms din naman ng mga babae. So ganun yung mga bagay na yun. Kailangan isipin natin that we can also take PrEP or the person hindi porket tinanong mo yung tao kung naka-PrEP ka ba is safe na siya. Mm-hmm. Kumbaga, there are other sexually transmitted infections, so you can still use the condom. So, parang ganun yung scenario.
Thank you, sir. Grabe. Ang ganda ng note na yun. And just to clarify things, mas malaki daw yung chance ng mga bottom na ma-infect than sa mga top. Can you enlighten us?
Hindi, because sex is sex. So, penetration is penetration. So, there are frictions, gaya nga ng pagpasok at paglabas. So, if the friction is there, then probably you can acquire it no matter if you're a bottom or top.
Okay, so take note ha, Unreal Talkers, sa mga misconception. Kahit ikaw po ay top, bottom, or yung isa pa, versa ka pa, lahat na involved in the intercourse ay pwedeng ma-expose sa virus. And we're down to the last two questions, Sir Lawrence. Again, thank you so much for sharing your story. Malaking tulong po ito. Hindi lang po sa mga mayroong pinagdadaan ng case na ganyan, pati po sa mga tao na hindi pa aware para maiwasan nila. And of course, narito na tayo. Sir Lawrence, ano ang pinakamalaking learning mo sa buhay? Kukumpara mo yung ikaw na hindi mo pa to pinagdadaanan nung wala pa. Okay, kung ano ka man noon nung hindi mo pa naano tong virus na to. At ngayon na napagdaanan mo na nga yan at yuyu ka na, di ba? Undetectable and
is equal to untransmittable.
Untransmittable. So, malaking yan, breakthrough or milestone yan sa'yo kasi you is equal to you ka na. Sige nga, sir.
Way back, syempre, before I got tested, yung idea ko about HIV is that you will die. But during the time that I'm already experiencing the virus, I'm already undergoing the treatment, that a person's living with HIV or someone who got HIV, it's not the end of their journey, that they can still live to the fullest because of every antiretroviral medications that you take. HIV is no longer a death sentence, it's already a manageable virus. So, once na naging undetectable na nga si person who are living with HIV, like me, they cannot transmit the virus. And it's an indication that it's their health or their life is getting better. We have to really allow ourselves to experience what a normal person can experience. So, for me, nung na-diagnose kasi ako ng HIV, I'm studying but I stopped. It's because I have to work. Parang yun na yung wanting to give back to my family members. Pero bumalik rin ako sa pag-aaral during the time that I'm working and I graduated after 4 years. And then it's just giving back any dreams that I've let go because of the virus happened to me. You just have to build yourself some confidence, some inspiration that you could do all the things that a normal person does because we are still normal. Yun lang yung intindihin natin that we can still dream, we can still aim for the things that we wanna aim. HIV is just a virus. It's not the controller of your life.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Ang ganda. Ang galing-galing mo talaga. Ang galing ng pagkaka-explain mo at ang galing ng kwento mo. So, Sir Lawrence, thank you very much for your wonderful story. Ako po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa iyo at ang lahat po ng mga One Real Talkers ay talaga naman pong nabigyan ng tama na impormasyon patungkol po sa virus. Kaya naman, humihingi po kami ng isang mensahe galing po sa inyo, Sir Lawrence, para sa sambayan ng Pilipino patungkol sa HIV, lalong-lalo na ngayon na tumataas ang cases nito. Sir Lawrence, you have your camera.
I want to advise the public that HIV is really rampant. Pero the cases that you saw, the 500% rise, is not the real story behind. Tandaan po natin that right now, there are a lot of people who are getting aware of HIV and marami na nang papatest. That's right, that we got 5,000 plus new cases this first quarter. Pero this is a real indication that all the things that has been done last year or previous year is really an instrument for them to be prepared to get tested. And we don't have to worry. All of the treatment or the testing itself is free. The treatment is free. The way for you to be protected is also free. Kasi there are free lubricants and condoms in any social hygiene clinic at nabibilang din dito si PrEP. And for those who got reactive, all people living with HIV like me, journey is not yet closed for you. It's just the start and you still have a lot of things to do in life. I understand you might be someone who knew it late or acquired it just very recent. Pero one thing is for sure, that the treatment here in the Philippines is all good, it's all well. All you just have to do is to believe in yourself, to get back on your step or your foot, to live your life and live your dream. It's your life that is not HIV who controls it. It's you who controls it.
Thank you so much, Sir Lawrence. Again, maraming salamat. One Real Talkers, again, this has been another episode of One Real Talk with Master V, and I'd like to leave this note to everyone. Do not let the virus or do not let any disease define you. Hindi po yan ang iyong tunay na pagkatao. At this juncture, I'd like to thank our sponsors, JMV Realty PH. Maraming salamat. Hanggang sa muli, this is One Real Talk with Master V.